All right, so the JEE Main's 2026 dates are officially out, and I bet I know the one question that's just buzzing in your head. What score do I actually need? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out today. Okay, let's just get right into it. The clock is seriously ticking. We're talking less than 75 days till that first attempt, and the pressure is on, right? So, do you have a specific number you're aiming for, or are you kind of just hoping for the best? Because here's the deal. You can't have a great strategy without a clear goal. It's just that simple. So in this explainer, we're going to cut through all that noise, all that anxiety, and give you a real data-backed target to laser focus your prep on. So first things first, let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Before we can talk about a target score, you've got to understand the battlefield you're walking into. And trust me, it's changing every single year. I mean, just look at these numbers. Back in 2023, we had about 11 lakh students. Fast forward to 2025, and boom, it's almost 15 lakh. So what about 2026? You guessed it, it's only going up. And the takeaway here is super simple. More students means the fight for every single seat gets that much harder. And this brings us to a really important point that a lot of students miss. There's a huge difference between just qualifying for JEE Advanced and actually getting a seat in a good college like an NIT. We're talking about two totally different goals here. Just look at this. You can see it right here. The bar to just stay in the game keeps getting higher and higher. The cutoff for the general category went from around 88 percentile in 2022 and has now been parked above 93 percentile for the last couple of years. It's a steady climb. So what does this all mean for you? Well, looking at the trend, your very first bare minimum target, just to be safe and qualify for advanced, has got to be 94th percentile. Seriously, anything less than that and you're really rolling the dice. But wait a second, I know what you're thinking. What the heck is a 94 percentile in terms of actual marks, right? It's easily the most confusing part of this whole process, so let's break it down nice and simple. Okay, so a percentile is not your percentage. Super important to get that straight. It's all relative. Think of it this way. If you get a 94 percentile, it just means you scored higher than 94% of the other students in your specific exam session. It's not about how many questions you got right, it's about how you did compared to everyone else. And since it's all relative, this is where it gets tricky. The actual marks you need can swing wildly depending on how tough your paper is. Just think about it, right? If you get a super hard paper, everyone's score is going to be lower, so you won't need as many marks to get a high percentile. But if you get an easy paper, you'll have to score much higher to get that exact same percentile. And hey, this isn't just some theory. Check this out. This is real data from 2025. To get the exact same 99th percentile, some students needed only 148 marks because their paper was tough, while others needed over 200. That's more than a 50-mark difference. It's insane. And this is exactly why you can't just fixate on one single magic number. Okay, so now that we've got the whole marks versus percentile thing sorted out, let's get to the main event. The real goal for most of you, right? Not just qualifying, but landing a confirmed seat in a great NIT or IIT. So, what's it going to take? All right, let's cut to the chase. After digging through years and years of admission data, one number just keeps popping up, 96th percentile. You should probably write this down. This is the absolute rock bottom minimum you need for even a chance at any branch in any NIT or IIT. If you're below this, your chances are, well, they're pretty much zero. Let's drill down into this a bit more. As you can see here, even if you're talking about the lowest possible branch in what we'd call a Tier 3 NIT, you still need that 96th percentile. But what if you're aiming high, for something like computer science? Well, now you've got to be way up past 99 percentile. And for the really top tier NITs, forget about it. You're looking at 99.5 and above. So, okay, let's bring this all back to actual marks. What should you be aiming for in your mock tests? To hit that 96th percentile baseline, you're shooting for somewhere between 135 and 160 marks. Want something safer, like 98th percentile, you need to be in the 155 to 190 range. And for that golden 99th percentile ticket, we're talking 180 to 220 marks. And here's a pro tip. Always aim for the higher number in that range. That's your safety net. Okay, I know that was a ton of data and numbers, so let's just boil it all down. Let's create a super simple 3-level target system that you can literally write down and stick on your wall for these next 75 days. Think of this as your personal roadmap. Step 1, get over 130 marks, consistently. That's your ticket to qualify for advanced. Step 2, the real goal for getting a guaranteed seat. Your target is 170 plus. That gets you in the door. And finally, step 3, the dream goal. If you want a top branch like CS in a top NIT, then 210 plus is the number you need to be chasing every single mock test. And let's just put that 170 plus target into perspective for a second. That's only about 60% of the total marks. See? It's not about being a genius who gets every single question right. It's about being strategic and absolutely nailing 60% of the paper. It's tough, for sure, but it is 100% achievable. So look, at the end of the day, knowing your target, that's half the battle won right there. You can finally stop worrying, am I doing enough? And just focus your energy on hitting these clear goals. Think of this as your secret weapon, not something to stress you out. Use it. Focus your efforts and make every single one of these last days count. Hey, if this helped clear things up for you, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button because we've got more guides like this coming. And of course, like this and share it with your friends who are in the trenches with you, prepping for JEE 2026. Sometimes just having a clear target is the one thing that changes everything. Good luck out there.